what's up? I'm inventing combos right now. Wanna see this one? If I get to dodge Luke level 1. Messed it up. Messed it up. You make me nervous. Level 1. Another level 1. 2 level 1s. Kind of a waste, but swag. Teleport is 4. Even better. Two level 1 supers. Charge heavy punch. What do you mean give charge heavy punch is full? Give charge punch. You mean it's 4 after the charge is done? This is too high. Guaranteed DI stuns. Ah. Guaranteed DI stuns without worrying about contact. Yeah. I should also develop the armor. EX is 1, right? But you're considering if they are burnt out and they don't have any option. Is that why you're narrowing it down to 3? Because I guess 1 framers are like it's more guessing, I guess, rather than mental thing, I think. Yeah. Is meterless Marisa armor also 3? Oh, I can even do that. Even better. Oh, is that not enough? What's my one? $4,517. Oh, this is too far in distance. Might walk near the corner though. $48,000, 4,800 for level 2 level 1s. That's alright, I think. Ah, yeah, I guess. Yeah. Sim needs 4. Oh, really? Is a minimum 4 frames when the armor activate? I see. So I need a 3 frame gap. What's this? I can't remember if Dhalsim. I think Dhalsim has a 3 frame gap. Where am I looking at? Ah, I suppose. No, but... Ah, that's right. It'll make a difference, right? Obviously. Hahaha. I need to learn how to training mode more. That's one of my weaknesses. I need to do how to do training mode more. Can you tell? It's the 2 pinks, yeah? Is it the 2 pinks? Yeah, I mean, because the funny thing is, his back medium kick is a medium button, but, like, cancel window wise, it's designed that if you do medium or light Yoga Flame, it's a true block stream. That's the design. So therefore it is very small gap. Ah. So highlighted yellow frame plus the is the first is one of the frames, and then whatever black frames, eh? I see. Yeah, I think it's lesser gap than the heavy button, I think. Oh, it's about the same. It's about the same. But it's better because it's faster, 7 frame. This one is weak. Yeah, this one is very weak. Lot of gap. This is weak also. This one's okay. This 3 frame. Oh, then this is 1F as well. 1F, right? Back medium kick is 1 frame gap. Oh, highlight is something, eh? Really? Oh, it doesn't mention if it's highlight or not. Yellow, post damage, block recovery period. What's the difference if it's highlight or not highlight? Of the yellow color. Oh, I guess highlight means the start of the recovery, right? Ah, okay. Yeah, so I guess back net medium kick with 2 frame gap, and back heavy punch is also 2 frame gap. Okay. Yeah, I'm just Dhalsim is unique, and you gotta be honest, right? He needs it. Even without that, he's down the dumpster. He's a dumpster character. He's already in the recycling bin. You want to put in the dumpster? Take that away from him. So I'm just I was curious to find optimal punishes for the opponent's mistake on supers. So I'm just coming up with stuff. To be fair, there's always one optimal combo. I was just wondering if I could extend it more, right? Because usually, this is the... This is in a way, this is a 3-meter punish for 4,300. With 1 meter, or use 2 meters. This is just a swag combo for 200 more damage with 2 meter, so definitely not worth it. Let's do this. 4,300. This is a little better. $4,400, that's good. Oh, this might be better. 4,004, oh, almost, yeah. I could do back heavy. This won't reach. Doesn't make it reach. This does 900. 700. If I go close, I guess I can do it. $4,500. If I delay the drive rush, little bit better. $4,500. That's not bad. I think that's my optimal. But if I'm on level 3. What's up? What's the question? Link! Ah, doesn't link. I was also thinking about that, and so I have two. I can give you two advice, and please, my advice is not ultimate. It's not absolute, so take it with a grain of salt. And I am talking in the perspective of, yes, I do want people to improve, but at the same time, I don't want. I don't know how to put this in a safer way of saying. I don't want rude and what is it? I don't want rude and ill-mannered people taking advantage of. You know what I mean? It's a bit hard to digest. I want legitimate players learning the game to get good, but I personally, I mean, I shouldn't discriminate, but no, but the thing is, technically, what it means is, if you're already like an intermediate player, and if you're getting big-headed, I want them to actually mock your content. You know what I mean? I want them to be like, oh, but this, I got something better. This isn't the optimal thing at all. I want them to actually say that to your content, and the result of that is them not getting better because they're too busy mocking your content. But it's one, creative, two, has value, and three, has your genuine input that a very new beginner would appreciate. The reason I say this is, you cannot make everybody happy, whatever you do, right? Even if you're doing with your heart's content, you cannot make everybody happy. So I'm saying it in a funny way, but I don't want you to get discouraged if, say for example, Diamond to say about 1600 players, to get, because I'm not saying everyone in that area is like that, but I'm just seeing the trend here. In between Master to say 1600, they are technically the biggest pool of players, who are the biggest market, you know, for the game creators, the developers, as well as content creators. But I actually want them to mock your content, say rude things, and say things like, oh, but this guy sucks, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And I don't want you to get discouraged by that. You know what I mean? Actually, let them say whatever they want. They still watched your video. That's the funny thing. But I don't want you to get discouraged by those players. Those people who think they're good players, you know? Saying that, back to your original question. And yeah, and to add a little bit of that, I want the newbies to appreciate your content, you know? That being said, back to your original comment and the question. In my experience as a noob back in the Street Fighter 4 days, the biggest questions I had are the quirky things. Like the things that you'll never kind of ask. So the trouble with these things are, it's not gonna be the most popular opinion in the FGC. Thus, it'll be very difficult for you to get traction of. That's why I want you to think about things like, why does, say for example, why does jab buttons chain, but it can be countered by people mashing a EX move in between, even if it's a chain. They'll be like, if it's a chain, shouldn't it just be chainable and nothing can interrupt me kind of things, right? Very quirky, very specific scenario and things like that, as well as I guess example of frame data is something that you can kind of infinitely recycle, but you have to make analogies that are sometimes a bit too, yeah. Expanding on it is good because expanding means you are adding things even if it's something that you said before, as long as it's facts, as long as it makes sense, and as long as you can pull something that happened in a real match. So I do want you to kind of, you know, with a bit of courtesy, bring something that happened in a real match and give at least 2 examples of that and why that is important, kind of thing. So I would think about something like, the thing happened in Capcom Cup. Let's say, what's a popular one? Let's have a look, actually. And of course, it's better if you... So this is a dilemma too. It's better if you talk about the uncommon occurrences because it's unique. So you're at least guaranteed on things like, you're not talking about someone else already said, but the analogy has to be something that you can explain to a 5-year-old. Well, I guess 5-year-old is too exaggerating. It's something that you have to say to someone who never played video games and it makes sense, right? You have to use analogies like real sports or real life things, or like, you know, TV shows or movies, but keep it like very classic movies like in the 90s or 80s. So it's like you can kind of dodge the bullet on people saying, oh, copyright content, blah blah blah. Anyways, so unique, that's good, but do use references on that's available on YouTube, but you have to convince someone who never played video games or like not a fan of video games. That's the bare bone. Think of that as the skeleton, and you build the flesh on it. Oh, this is a good example. Like expectations, anticipations, and buffering. This punch into that. So you can explain things like burnout status, differences, and the variables that he could have done in the runs. Other scenarios like what if he used level 1, 2, or 3? What if he ran and stopped, ran and did something? Yeah. Ran and did buffered into DP for who knows whatever reason. Buffered into, if he did a Dragon Lash, would the super go under the Dragon Lash, things like that. Things where you can actually test to bring out facts, but then you gotta also reflect on why this is worthy of watching. So this is the exact thing. You say that in your video, people are gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking about? You have to learn the way to water down what that sentence you just made. Keeping it safe, you gotta break that down. What is keeping it safe? Step kick, break down. What is step kick? Confirm, break it down. You know what I mean? That's what I meant by you have to please the newbies but make the 1500 to 1600 mad. They'll be like, dude, just say confirm. Man, you can just say step kick. You know what? You know that's exactly what you want. Make them mad, but don't be shy to use dumbed down words, because you're bringing in a new member into the FGC, and people who think they're already part of the FGC and think they're good, who aren't actually that good, they're mad. Yeah, they are mad that you say things like a baby, but your purpose stays on the fact that you are the person in that offline meetup, reaching out to shake hands with a newcomer. Because although I'm like trash talking to the quote unquote people who think they're good kind of people, but to be fair, they don't need your videos to grow. Them already being at that level means they are mature enough to grow on whatever content they would search, or are already kind of known in the FGC that it is now up to them to solve the problems that are given. So, as long as you have the courage of people telling you off by why are you making things so hard on, like, why do you have to make a 10-minute essay on a hit confirm? As long as you're not discouraged by that, then I think it'll have a purpose. As long as you gotta also be truthful to yourself. You look at your own content, and yeah, you definitely understood all the jargon and all the terminology used that would be understood by intermediate or over skilled players. But can a person who played, say, Fortnite the whole time understand what you're saying? You know what I mean? Or a person who only grew up playing football, never played a video game in their life, understand what you're saying? So, and also this is another thing. Don't like say the technical terms first and then break them down in that same video. And just say don't cut away. Yeah, I'll look that up. Don't cut away into what I meant by hit confirm is, and then explaining confirm. Don't do that. That's like you're teaching them. You're like force teaching them. I don't know if force teaching is a word or a term. Don't do the thing where I'm gonna talk to you about hit confirm. What is hit confirm? And then talking about hit confirm. That is, I'm not saying that's wrong, but it is not new. You know, that's not a new thing. So you are basically you should do the dumbed down explanation for the majority of your video, and then talk about, and then say that's what a hit confirm is, and then end the video on that note. Leave that bit of open question out. Don't have to double dip on what a hit confirm is in the middle of the video or the start of the video. Do it at the end, but the majority of the video has to be entertaining and easy to understand for the everyday audience, where you're always talking about these easy words. You can bring in technical terms that are from like books or other like movies that is not technically a direct reflection of that final the fighting game things, but use the wordings that you are trying to explain this whole scenario broken down with watered down versions of the jargon. I think I do know what video you're talking about. Still have your YouTube channel, right? This one. And of course, like I said, whatever I tell you isn't absolute. It's just my experiences of checking out the current trends and how I digest it as. to know that if we, and by we mean the FGC, if we feel the need for new form of entertainment, many things has been done where you are watch some of the, I mean, there's only like a 2 new video on that, but you can watch in 2 different ways. You can watch it as a advanced player in the FGC in that perspective. Also watch it where you want to kind of pause in between the videos to check what type of wordings he's used and how he kind of melted in the example usage of. And I don't know, if it inspires you, then great. I don't mean to copy what he did, because even if you wanted to, it'd be very hard, but definitely take the ideas from that. Oh, and did I ever tell you, your editing is very good already. Your editing is very good already, so never doubt on your editing skill. Editing is different, I suppose, from storytelling. Oh yeah, I mean, I could have just said storytelling in the first place. Make your educational content have a story. Like, force a story in there. Things like how this question is brought up. What kind of solutions have the protagonist, in this case, like either yourself or someone you put an example of, and then ended with what the solution was. And then you can also put like a bonus at the end to say, you could expand into, 1, 2, and 3, kinda. And yeah, do go nuts on your editing, because your editing is already good. I am not qualified to judge anybody's editing. I'm not a pro editor myself, but working in industries where you create commercials for TV, commercial for esports, I just have the eyes to say and comment, but I'm not a professional myself, so don't take my word on that. But my opinion, your editing is fine. I think whatever story that gets put into, your editing will definitely back it up. And it's great that you have your own your own color, your own flavor. I think that's very important too. Even if you look at Gerald's video, he has his own flavor of doing things. Every content creator, it's important to assert your own flavor, I think. And also have the courage to completely start from a fresh canvas. I'll wait for you guys. How long is my ads, yo? I was saying, don't be afraid and have the courage to start from a fresh canvas of editing flavor if someone else out there who has better influence than you are doing something similar. Yeah, don't think of it as you're giving up your thing. Have the courage to start from a fresh canvas if you found that you know someone has a similar taste but has a better influence, because you're better off having bad editing but having your own flavor than having good editing but similar to someone else, and then eventually evolve from there. My also this is just me, but intros are cool. But in these days, I think it's obsolete. In these days of edit videos, intros are cool, but I think this is a very 2024 of the late 2024 thought of me. Intros are a little obsolete. It's better off you started the video from neutral. This. You know what I mean? This is the people sit down kind of thing. Now, I'm saying zero intro. This, your video should start with this. And this is even good for your thumbnail. You should just yell this word and start like that. It keeps people seated, and a little bit in relation to the video, the YouTube, how YouTube scores videos, like give it the rating that, oh, this is a cool video, is when people don't skip the start. If people skip the start, just my opinion. If you're gonna do something, yeah, intro is cool, but obsolete. Or even, like, if you're gonna have intro, literally just 2 seconds of this Blanka guide. You know what I mean? When you say 3 to 5 seconds, I think that's already too long. 2 is maximum. I'd give 2. You gotta start right away these days. Like this. Is in the taking a... like what you're gonna talk about? Yeah, do that too. That's okay too. If you're gonna... You should bring in, like, you know, 3 to 5 seconds of the core discussion topic into the front is also a good idea. Yeah. But these flashy intro nowadays, obsolete.
The stage of a fight where neither player is blocking or getting hit by anything, and you're trying to figure out the best way to start or continue your game plan. Fight where neither player is blocking or getting hit by anything, and you're trying to figure out the best way to start or continue your game plan. Footsies. A complicated, often nebulous term that refers to the battle for controlling the space in front of you, often by using good pokes. In essence, you're trying to get to a range you like, while trying to deny your opponent getting to a range that they like. A wise man once said, footsies are a part of neutral, but not all neutral has footsies. Even in a neutral, there's an unspoken rule that enforces rock, paper, scissors-like decision-making when fishing for an advantage. This
is good explanation, I think.
Is usually what can define matchups, since there are
I mean, this dialogue, without Street Fighter, and just having like a movie clip of, say, Jackie Chan or Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, or Rock, Scissors, Paper, it'll still convince the non-gamers, right? So dialogue is decent so far, but the video also very good, but a mix of those reference kind of clips or photos would make it more mixed audience. This is like straight up, oh, what the fuck is this? If people don't know what footsies or this is, continue to do that. If you want to bring in audiences that aren't from games.
Getting hit
If
by
you're only doing it for the fighting game players, then continue this. But if you want to expand your growth, do have some materials that are, even if it's very lame, even if it's a meme, memes are sometimes good. As long as it's not like a super copyrighted material, do use some popular things like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, action movies, photos,
or anything,
like that. Or
while trying
memes.
to deny your opponent getting to a range that they define matchups. But
So
you
far, so good, I think.
can define matchups since there are a myriad of tools that exist among different characters defining their archetypes.
Also, this is something outside of the video itself. Video quality, I have nothing to poke about. Audio quality, although it sounds very cheesy, audio quality is also something. It does cost budget, but audio quality is something you can improve on as well. Sometimes it can be fixed by getting a good microphone, which is costly. But at the same time, if you can do post editing for audio, either get a plugin or whatever your editor allows, increase. There are some tutorials on this on YouTube as well. You can, yeah, but if you take time to learn boosting like the bass, or like the what is, I don't even know the terminology for this. Equalizer. Yeah, if you touch the equalizer a bit, you should try to mimic the quality that sounds like you're speaking in a soundproof booth at least. There are many examples of, but yeah, audio quality definitely helps. It's not just for, oh, it sounds nice. It's not just that, but even if you have the best dialogue, if your audio quality is not good, people will lose interest really quick. So there are definitely if you have FL Studio, then obviously there are so many tools to improve it. But as an example, if I show you, this is an example of another. I can actually try to search FL Studio vocal equalizer. Let me just check.
You can make any voice sound better with these 60 Hz. Then we're going to stand with a pre-tone, add muffle, high, or with EQ.
I need a video that shows the before and after, but I'll try to actually narrow it down. So I know you understand the concept already. I'm not teaching you anything, don't get me wrong, but if there is a before and after, I would be able to tell whether that's the one that we are using or is similar at least. But I guess I can't really find the right one. It has to at least sound like, you're in a studio at least. You know what I mean? You can, I'm sure post-editing nowadays is really, really advanced, that it should mimic something that's close to perfect. That is, if you did it in a studio.
But use a nebulous term that refers to the battle for controlling the space in front of you, often by using good pokes.
Need a little bit of echo, like a very faint echo.
In essence, you're
And a bit more, little bit of low, what are they called? Low frequency?
trying to get to a range
Sorry,
you
I'm not
like,
the expert in this.
while trying to deny your opponent getting to a range that they like. A wise man once said, footsies are a part of neutral, but not all neutral has footsies.
Maybe I can actually... I'll show you... So I use DaVinci Resolve. What's so good? I don't know if you can hear the audio, but let me know. Hold on.
Loved it, you know.
Yeah,
Okay. Let me know if you can hear Gerald's voice.
that's crazy. That's like that's like you're in sports and then law and then like competitive gaming.
Okay. So that's the post-editing vocal effects edit, and I'll show you the one that's not edit. Hold on. I guess I should have showed you the one that's not edited first. Okay. Okay, this is the not edited version. Oops. I gotta fucking turn off Street Fighter because it's got that music playing. Haha. Alright. This requires your ears, right? Don't worry about what you're seeing.
Harada talking about like balance and stuff like that. There's, and then of course the issue with balance is when you, it's easier to balance if you remove a lot
Raise the volume a
of
little.
things that you can do, right? So if you look at like stuff that the new DLC characters can do.
You hear that, right? Once again.
That Harada talking about like balance and stuff like that. There's, and then of course the issue with balance is when you, it's easier to balance if you remove a lot of things that you can do, right?
Okay, you heard that, right? That's the raw recording, right? That's just the recording without any effects added on. And then if I show you the after, the same dialogue.
That Harada talking about like balance and stuff like that. There's, and then of course the issue with balance is when you, it's easier to balance if you remove a lot of things that you can do, right? So if you look at like stuff that...
See the difference? I'm sure FL Studio has something that can do that.
That Harada talking about like balance and stuff like that. There's, and then of course the issue with balance is when you, it's easier to balance if you remove a lot of things that you can do.
That compared to... That's fine. But that's what I'm saying. Even if that was the case, something in the editing software will allow the improvement. And I'm saying that's more important sometimes, in this case it is, for a video with the purpose where you do want to teach other people at least, or give them a message. If it was about like a tournament or just a news or just a copy pasting of other people's content, then not necessary. But you're going back to your original question, I think very necessary. See, this is the non-edited audio.
And then of course the issue with balance is when you, it's easier to balance if you remove...
See how that's like really flat in that? Anyways. So, yeah. So even if you are in a terrible environment to record, do something in FL Studio or do something in your video editing software that will improve it. That is more, makes it, makes the bass volume a little louder, kick up the bass, and things like that.
Once said,
It's worthy of learning. There's many tutorials on YouTube.
Footsies are a part of
I
neutral,
mean, you know how to edit, so you know what I'm talking about.
but not all neutral
Yeah. Sorry if I'm being a tryhard.
has footsies. Even in a neutral, there's an unspoken rule that enforces rock, paper,
Even this is funny to us.
part of neutral, but not all neutral has footsies.
That's funny to us, but not funny or don't know what the fuck this is if it was a newbie. So, you could have like a comedy action movie that simulates something that's very stupid. Like, say for example, what's a funny action movie? The one with Mike Myers in it. I don't know. Yeah, use a reference from there where like a protagonist and the enemy is fighting, but the protagonist is winning by doing stupid things. You know, that's an example. Instead of using this fucking Ryu player.
Even in a neutral, there's an unspoken rule that enforces rock, paper, scissors like decision making when fishing for an advantage. This subtle phenomenon is usually what can define matchups, since there are a myriad of tools that exist among different characters, defining their archetypes.
This is good because you're talking about the character varieties, and then using actual like the game that you're talking about is okay. In this case, I guess you don't have to use the meme clips.
But you could say that in a
So I'm saying, although this is too specific, way too tedious, way too much effort, I am saying they are necessary. I'm not saying not doing this is lazy, but this is a way, same thing. It's like fighting games. You learn one optimal combo, great. But did you also know that your optimal combo doesn't work if they are 5 pixels apart at the get-go? Then your optimal combo is suddenly not optimal, right? So you gotta know when the variations has to kick in, that your optimal combo is not optimal anymore, but at least it hits. Wow, I think I have a lot of ads for some reason.
Casablanca,
I was saying, if there's a part where you think, oh man, adding these watered down references that everyday people can understand is too much work. Yes, it is too much work, and it is necessary. That's my point. Not saying that if you don't, it's lazy, but that could have been the factor that you make people click back. You know what I mean? They'll be like, oh, they keep showing me this Blanca character. I mean, obviously that's a wrong example, sorry. They keep showing me this video game thing, but I only played this yesterday. I don't know what this screen is. You know what I mean?
define him as, well, weird. Alright, Blanca isn't all that weird. Sure, he likes to do the funny
if it's educational and you want more new audiences, I would not suggest modded screens for the game you're playing. The boring default game is preferred because one, it keeps the genuineness. Is this a word? Genuinicity. See how bad I am in fucking punctuation. The boring default color screenshots or videos, other than the fact that it's genuine, it's also something that if in the near future, if the actual video games developer or the staff watches it, it's something that they can safely, forward it to other people. So it's a bit bit of an extreme extension of thinking, but using the default version of the game also means that you are making your content safer. Yeah.
Blanca thing, but it's
That's just my little peeve, I guess. It's cool, but yeah.
Blanca ball.
I generally stay away from modded game. If it's cool and if it's in the game that you can either pick up or use real life currency to purchase in the game, that's legitimate costume and color for background, that's fine too.
Surprise attacks like Amazon River Run and Wild Hunt, throwing out Blanca-chan dolls, etc., etc. Thing with his Blanca balls. Surprise attacks like Amazon River Run and Wild Hunt, throwing out Blanca-chan dolls, etc., etc. The funny, alright, Blanca isn't all that weird. We define him as, alright, Blanca with his Blanca likes to do the funny
Blanca explanation starts around the 1 minute mark. That's fine.
Blanca thing with his Blanca balls. Surprise attacks like Amazon River Run and Wild Hunt.
So using the jargon is okay in this case because it is a Blanca guide for, it is not a how to play fighting games. It's a Blanca guide, so that's fine. But you could have done away with
balls. Alright, Blanca isn't all that
okay.
weird.
Blanca isn't all that weird.
Sure, he likes to do the
but
funny
I'm gonna show you how to do
Blanca thing with his Blanca balls.
this.
Surprise attacks like Amazon River Run and Wild Hunt,
And this.
throwing out
You say that and everybody understands. You say the words like Amazon River Run and all that, people will get confused. That's the comparison that you could think about and use, whether it's the right timing to use the jargon now, or whether you still want to talk to someone who's new to the game. Yeah?
Blanca-chan.
There's no right or wrong. That's just your choice on what's to come after, depending on how much content you have later on.
Dolls, etc., etc. Alright, let's start small. Blanca, by design, is a high-risk, high-reward character who excels in mobility and trickiness to confuse and overwhelm his opponent.
Like these things, it's better to come later, I'm saying. You know what I said before, yeah? You can explain what he can do by using anyone like 12-year-olds can understand, and then say this after. Because you say this now, people are going to be, oh shit, I don't want to play a high-risk, high-roll character. I want to play a safe character. Press back. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why I'm saying in terms of keeping the pace, the
High-risk,
scary
high-reward
words to come later.
Who excels in mobility and trickiness to confuse and overwhelm his opponent.
Already, I'm like, I don't want to play this character anymore.
The goal is simple. Be as annoying as humanly possible.
Yeah. Perfect. You just said the thing that could have been at the start.
Opponent. The goal is simple. Be as annoying as humanly possible.
Yeah. You say that, people are, oh shit, I want to play Blanca. You know what I mean? Compared to this, oh, I don't want to
Who
play
excels
Blanca.
in mobility.
You get it, right? It's like night and day.
Annoying as humanly possible.
Yeah, I want to fucking make people cry, go home and like quit the game. Like by just listening to what you just said.
Depending
People are excited.
on your opponent, results may vary.
I'm gonna fuck him up.
On both ends. Sometimes you have to play slow, and other times you have to turn up the heat with aggression. Knowing how to switch between the two will only better your element of surprise in the neutral.
Yeah, listen to what you just said, and then.
Alright, let's start small. Blanka, by design, is a high-risk, hoverboard character who excels in mobility and trickiness to confuse and overwhelm his opponent.
See how you summarize what you said? I'm saying this is a safer way to do educational content. You get it a little bit now? Because you said this
Depending on your
first,
opponent, results may vary.
this now makes sense,
Character who
and people aren't that scared anymore. You say this and then say everybody else can understand words later, then people press back before you explain. They didn't even get to see this.
be as annoying.
They didn't even get to see
Sometimes
the
you have to play slow, and other times you have to turn up the heat with aggression.
Yeah. You say that first and then summarize it. That's my
Knowing how to
take on. Yeah, that's what I mean by. See, if you're doing sales, already great. Use what your supervisor has told you in your content.
switch between the two. Now, there's a really good video explained in layman's terms by content creator Krakatoa, where he summarizes what's called
Shout out to Krakatoa. He's in Canada, right?
the three structure, a concept of neutral documented and described in full by top Guilty Gear player Machabo. I'll link both the article and summary video in the description.
Yeah, this already. I'm scared now. I don't want to play anymore. Say this at the end.
Basically, it goes like this. There's passive play,
You could have said basically go like this at the start. Yeah, this is the same deal, I guess.
establishing
I'm a broken radio right now.
play, and preemptive play. When playing passive, you're usually functioning at a slower and reactive pace to shut down your opponent's various options.
But see, what you're doing isn't wrong either, but it's just that this is because doing the summarizes
Blanka,
at the
by
start
design,
is because you're so excited that you want to tell them the core essence of what you want to talk about. I think that's very normal. A lot of I do that. I did that too. But it shows that you're passionate to tell them the things that you know, but the delivery can be misunderstood by a lot of people. Thus, saying the explanation first, no matter how long or short it is, and then summarizing is usually safer to keep people seated. This is the same thing about the Krakatoa thing, and this said at the end.
The party start-wise, they can establish set attacks to force a response from their opponent, who is
You
looking
could
for
literally go back to this project file now, rearrange some of the things, and it'll be like 2 times better.
opportunities to win neutral. Sometimes those attacks are reactable, sometimes not so much. So what can you do? Well, if you have an assumption, or read, that your opponent will try to establish a play in the neutral, you can go for a counter that's necessary for discouraging the option to be seen again, therefore attempting to maintain the neutral in your favor. We call this preemptive play. Now remember what I said about that unspoken rule of RPS and neutral? Well, if you're the one playing preemptive trying to shut down what's perceived as an assumption of established play, and the player pulls back their punches in that moment, then guess what? You're now losing to passive play. This neutral triangle is always being cycled whenever there is no Oki or pressure being
So
applied
far so
in both.
good, but too much Street Fighter, so you could always mix in the popular references, movies, books.
Let's go over Blanka's neutral. The ranges that you're going to want to reserve for setting up different plays is entirely dependent on the scenario, if not the matchup itself. When playing passive and fighting against a character who is on par with their tier of buttons, focusing on footsies is an option in the playbook. Again, where you position yourself
Same deal. Bullet points, keep it at the
Will depend on
middle
the
or the end.
matchup, but in the context of footsies, you'll usually find yourself anywhere from within crouch medium punch range to outside of crouch heavy punch range. You won't need to depend on charge too much if you have drive meter to spare, while also capitalizing on an opponent whiffing with crouch medium punch DRC cancels, stand medium punch into SA1 or SA3, or punishing wider whiffs with crouch heavy punch or crouch heavy kick for Oki opportunities. It's also worth noting that if you're sitting on a huge life lead, most of the time you're better off just relying on your grounded light attacks to control the screen and allow the
Very
opponent to
interesting.
establish an area. Relying on your grounded light attacks to control the screen and allow the opponent to establish in areas where your mental stack won't be as cluttered. Now let's say you're
And then you could bring this in.
dependent on the scenario, if not the matchup itself. When playing passive and fighting against a character who is on par with their tier of buttons, focusing on footsies is an option in the playbook,
Still makes sense, right? Yeah.
making it hard to check with regular normals. You also have a bunch of special moves to test the opponent's defensive tendencies like Blanca Ball, Rainbow Ball, Surprise Hop, Amazon River Run, and Wild Hunt.
And I'm getting the feeling that you wanted to squeeze in as much as you can in the 8-minute mark, but I think this is worthy of ongoing series. Like, you could have made an 8-minute video of when you do things like more work, obviously, but
Huge life lead, most of the time you establish at the party
things
every character
like
for what it being flung at the regular normals. You also have a bunch of special moves that
this one, special moves.
test the opponent's defensive tendencies like Blanca Ball,
You could just have a Blanca Ball guide and have the different distances, different strength of the ball, what the uses are. Like, if you break him down, right? I think this itself is already one video that is worthy of 4.3k views itself. But you squeezed it in as much as you can, that it is 4.3k video, and now you cannot use Blanca for your guide video ever again. So make it feel like it's the same information that you've said to the 1500 to 1600s, where they say, man, what the fuck, you said this before, man, this is no different to your previous guy. Make them say that, but make the newbies appreciate it, so that even if you feel that this is like regurgitating the same thing, it is very different to you, very different to the newbies when you explain the Blanca Ball on the ground and Blanca Ball in the air. Two very different things. Intermediate players will be like, I know that shit already, fucking move on. Make them say that.
Rainbow Ball,
At least they watched your video and they're mad now. They contributed to your view.
Surprise Hop,
You could, I mean, even you can build it up from this. You could have a watch my extensive guide on Blanca Ball, and then you can continue off of it. Branch off of this video, right?
Amazon River Run, and Wild Hunt.
So like when it's safe, when it's not safe, how much trouble you are if you do this without thinking and things like that from a single Blanca Ball. So many variants, and then you can even go extend it to, oh, this works on this character specifically, this doesn't work on this character, and then examples, you know, and the list goes on.
You don't want to go too ham with these techniques, however, as all of these tools can be considered very risky on paper. But when used correctly, these tools can overwhelm even the sharpest of
sucks.
defense. Blanca being preemptive with his neutral plays also depends entirely on the matchup and what scenario he finds himself in. This includes jumping or sliding under a fireball as a read, on the matchup.
Some of the quotes, and this is also another like mid 2024 thing I realized, some of the quotes you say, or even in the gameplay video, even in the gameplay shots, have the text. This is like, it's a funny reasoning. I think that the younger, especially the younger audiences, are very, in comparison to when we were young, are less, lingual literate. You know what I mean? As well as misconception is more common nowadays even if you say the right things. So when you say things like a dialogue, have the text of it. You could do like a typography thing, or just bring it up on the left, the empty space here. It's not just about captions. It's not just about caption. It's not. I'm not saying I have captions and full stop. I'm saying have text that especially no, but like this whole dialogue here.
Is this all important? Well, like Krakatoa said in his video, it's important. So why is this all important?
So why is this all important? Like that whole thing. It may not be something that's common in the Western culture, but studies have shown if video content, I guess movie is an exception, but a video content that, you know, like you said, if you want to be educational, entertaining, having the text of what the narrator is saying, or having the text that describes what's happening in a presentable method, it increases the educational value way more than it could ever have been. It does have a risk of deterring the video quality, because it may look like a visual novel to some if there's too many text. That's up to you to balance that. But yeah, if there are dialogues or messages that you want to clearly pass it on, I think like 3 second worth of text in these kind of shots, or
Footsies are a part of neutral,
Or
but
in
not
this
all
meme
neutral
video.
has footsies.
having like a some sort of description, say, oh, this is like, you know, even if it's a funny quote, even if it's like a comedy quote, like, you know, yeah. So even a comedy quote, like saying, like, you know, like a meme quote is good enough in these kind of videos too. If you're using, so I guess that's kind of the counter or the trade-off, right? If you're using like a popular movie reference in this screen instead of the
Neutral has
funny
footsies.
view, then it's fine. But if you're using the game, at least some sort of text can make people smile and, you know, understand that this isn't a serious thing, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And as well as if it is a serious topic where you do want to get the message across.
Just have an opportunity to overthrow.
Yeah, this is already a good example, right? You could have that example on this, saying,
Well, is this all important?
why is this all important, right?
Well, like
Whenever there are opportunities where you think it's worthy of a big blocky text, do it.
Krakatoa said in his video, it's important to understand the variables and how neutral is presented from both players. How you adapt to the situation won't always be the same when fighting another player. And that's what makes the concept of neutral so interesting. It's like a small conversation between two people.
This is, you're doing it perfect. This is it. This is it. But I'm saying more often. Do this more often. Not too much, but more often than what you've done in this video.
In the form of a dance, playing chess, yelling and screaming at each other. I don't know. It's also important to keep in mind that since this is essentially art,
Because it is very... I know it feels like that you kept the funny bit at the end as to ease the serious topic, but this is a good video if this was a college lecture. But college lectures are typically boring because of this layout, where it's like, I'm gonna show you everything so serious. Aha, but it's a joke anyway. Don't be so serious. The end. That's a very normal way of doing it, like layering your content pace. But from my experience, it should remain understandable to many and funny the whole way, and then serious at the end is better than this to keep the audience entertained. If entertainment is also your goal, then I'm just telling you the longer version of what I said here is have the scary
have a
words at the
character
end
who excels in mobility,
for your entirety of the video. Have the funny and entertaining and educational bit in the same atmosphere along the ride, and then close it with the serious stuff.
it's all important. Well, like how you I don't know. It's the same hand. New players will not only adapt quicker, but can also fool you into a mental trap of their own, testing the high level waters. You guys are both playing the same game after all. So to
You
summarize,
can try practicing with this video itself. If you have the project file still, just use some of the orders differently, and then you should look at it yourself and then see how much more entertaining it is from the same video but different order.
footsies are a part of neutral, but not all neutral has footsies. Neutral has RPS elements of its own, and it's necessary to understand what beats what. Passive beats preemptive, establishing beats passive, preemptive beats establishing. Note, due to match of variables, results may vary. Blanca is high risk, high reward by nature, and sometimes has to establish in ways that baits the passive opponent. Like button, consider subscribing, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Y'all take it easy.
Yeah. So it's just I personally think the trend of videos and keeping people seated to their seats comes in the way you present it nowadays. So yeah. That's just my pointers. I don't know if it's any help, but yeah.
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, don't have to brew up anything new in a hurry. Just look at your own video and think of it if you think of it in a different perspective, and just check where you could have. It's not even about where you could have improved. It's about where should I put this, you know? And put it. It's like rearranging your furniture. Did it not save my wake up? Oh, it did not, because I Alt F4. Whoa. When it hits one. Look, when it hits one of the fireballs. Oh, if I let it go, it does two. Wait, that's interesting. I could wait for the fireball to hit twice. What an ultimate troll. Oh, but it doesn't hit the second file. The second you're up. Ugh. 5,500. But then, yeah, I'm thinking of how do I let it in the field while Luke is juggling. There's a way to keep it higher. Different normals. But then they'll drop to the ground though. But the idea is to keep them juggled, right? It's gonna be so hard. And that doesn't seem to... I think it uses up all the juggle counter. Didn't even hit him. I gotta find a way to hit him. The angle's not... Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Oh! That'd be sick! Second bounce? Oh, the recovery is ass. If I can recover faster, maybe. What? Oh, why does it hit the... Oh! So I gotta find the... If I do this into, if I do this heavy yoga flame, it does the 2 bounces of the flame. But if I do this, if I do that, it hits the 2 fireballs at once. But the downfall of that is the yoga flame has longer recovery. So if I do that, I'm still recovering. This recovers fast. But it doesn't hit the bounce of the fireball properly. So I gotta find something where I can recover fast, but at the same time, it does the 2 bounces of the fireball. One, oh, let's see. It's a specific height. Bop, bop. Gotta find another alternative method of this. So that's wrong. Bop. Oh, that's also wrong. So currently the only right answer is this. Back heavy punch into that. One. Oh, no. The thing is, I tested the heavy one If I do nothing, it goes away. But if I push in the screen, it hits it. I mean, it stays. Something like that. I gotta move in faster. Like that. If I drive rush in, it stays. So I'll try that. Heavy. That didn't punish. That was too slow. Sometimes it's too slow. Yeah, that recovers. That punishes. Oh! Second it doesn't hit in that meta. What the heck? One. Try other normal. Pop. Ah. Pop, pop. Oh. Why? Yeah, man. That doesn't punish. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, that's good. Find the one. Pop. If I hold it, does it bounce into the wall? I wanted it to bounce into the wall. If he bounded into the ball, that would have been awesome. Ah! Like that. After the... That's after you got flame, right? Oh, ah! Maybe I'll do the shorter one. I recovers too fast. I mean, like, even if it's this, right? I could dash up in level 2. But the idea is to let this go and then I can combo after, right? If I hit him before, the second fireball bounce gets ignored. Can I do something funky? Oh, that doesn't hit? That would have been sick. This! Oh, this doesn't hit either. Man, boring. I'll try something funny. If I do roll. Oh, that's looking down. Oh, the second hit of the fireball makes my OD blast whiff also. So is it ideal if I actually just rock with one of the bounce and then not let it hit the second bounce? Oh, wait, that works. Because I think the juggle point of Heavy Yoga Fire, Yoga Flame, and Heavy Yoga Blast is a little different. Heavy Yoga Flame. See, that whips. Because I think Flame into Blast doesn't work, but Blast into OD Blast works. What about this? EX Yoga. That doesn't work either. Yeah, so if I do another dilemma here, if I do back into this, it gives me the perfect bounce, but everything else doesn't work. So I gotta find the perfect bounce with the blast variants. What a damn combo. Man, the fireballs make it less advantage. Plus 13. This is 10. This will hit. That's 14. Oh, that would have been perfect if that hit. only 4? And my only full frame is a jab. It's not gonna reach. Wow, the fire makes it less frame effective. Only 2. It has to be more than 4400 damage because the boring combo is optimal at the moment, right? Boring combo. Oops, why did I perfect parry? Boring combo. This is boring optimal. 4300. So the swag combo has to be more than 4300 with 1 bar. That fire makes it less advantageous. That's so counterproductive. Okay, I gotta do medium. That is 14 frame. Okay, if I jab, which I don't want. $16 frame. Frame. $17. Oh wait, hold on, what the fuck? Let me see if I can extend that. Oh! Wow. Ah, but the damage sucked. I gotta find more. Let's branch with that. Oh yeah, I didn't do all these lanes. Yeah. Oh, too far. after, that's oh, heavy kick doesn't go, so I definitely have to slip after. Wow. See how that pushed back further than it should? See? He did the first hit, and the second he pushes him way far away. 3600. Not enough damage. Can I do the further file? Oh, it brings him back but doesn't get hit by the fire. Oh, this is a funny combo. Reach? Nope. This dousing sucks. Drive rush 5-8. Oh, that doesn't count. That doesn't count now because it's too slow. Too slow. Doesn't punish counter. I don't want to use that much meter too, right? The drive meter. Pushes him so far back. Oh, this hits 3,800. Not good enough. Had to be at least 4,300. This is his full meter and same damage. Very not optimal. I'm so sad that I can't have swag combo. That would have been sick. Leave the scaling the same and delete my fan. Kind of hits. Oh. Oh, but Damage scale so much. Boring combos it is. Boring combo, max damage. How do I beat boring combos with sweat combo? Maybe you cannot. Sweat combos suck unless you're Blanca. I think I may have found it. Hold on. Gotta be further away. Oh! Wow! That looks so promising. Man. It's way closer. How close do I have to be? That's been point blank. They patched it so that this normally connect now. At a certain range. Which one was it? There was a... I forgot which variation it was. It's maybe the... Okay, see? If you get the perfect range, you can get a grounded level 1 like that. So if I find the range that allows that bounce, then it might work. 5k heavy plus. Oh! Oh! We found it. I got so excited I forgot what to do. Oh, I think I can move after. Hold on. I forgot what to do after. Oh, what can I do? Oh, can I do the further one? might get a setup. Hold on. If they give me setup, I'm. Setup. Hold the super? Okay. Wait, let me see the damage there. The non-hold. 4,200. Oh, you get one charge off. And then? I'll keep trying. So I found something interesting. I forgot that you can wait for the second bounce to hit. 1, 2, and then it's kind of safe for me after. Damage is pretty ass, but I found the funny thing. Hold on. What I try to do is after the blast and the fireball bounce is happening, I try to forward dash and do another blast, but see what happens. See that? It auto-corrected for me. Guess what that means? Auto correct level 2? Oh shit, I restarted. Fuck. Oh no. Oh, and the second fireball didn't hit. I wanted that to hit. I wanted that the second fireball to hit. Can I hold it? What can I do after? Okay. I didn't want this, but let's see the damage. Oh, it's quite ass. Hold? Oh. It gives you a little bit of the extra damage because you charged it for first few frames. It gives you 4,400 damage because you charged it a little bit. Normal is 4,200 damage. The Oki is about the same. micro walk is close to nothing. Oh! Oh! 4800 damage! Wait, if I maximize it, maybe I could reach up to 5000 damage. Backdash. Oh, it's a little too far. Backdash would have been perfect, man. And the thing is, I gotta activate the super fast enough so that the charges get created. Okay. I don't know how much the leeway is. How long can I not press for? Oh. I don't know how much of a delay the game allows me. I can press the punch 10 frames after the 2 fireballs? Oh, okay. That was a 9 frame, 5 frame, 8, 10. I did 10, 8, 11, 7, 8, 8 frame. Alright, 10 frame. Too much. 11. Fuck, I'm always 1 frame out. My greed. 12 frame. I wish my back walk distance is longer. I did exactly 10, it didn't work. Ah, they're too early, that's 4 frames. 4800. Oh, 9 frame? I did the 9 frame one. 48. Ah. If I could hold it for maybe like 5 more frames, and they'll do it. You know what I mean? Extra charge damage. Wait, what if I... Let's experiment. OD Blast doesn't do it. Is there a way I could make OD Blast work from any of the moments? Without dashing out back. 1, 2. Oh, almost 5,000. And so it's the same amount of resources but extra super meter for OD Blast at the get-go. Doesn't give me the perfect bounce though. But I did 2 supers and increased about 600 more damage. 4 drive gauges. 4 drive gauges and 2 supers for 600 more damage. That works. That's EX, so that's 3 EXs. Watch this. 1 EX, 2 EX, 3 EX. And then I guess some meter left. Turn to level 2. One EX. Five heavy kick, OD plus. Right away, without the bounce. Oh, it doesn't even hit that thing. Barely misses. That's sad. Yeah. It would have been cool if the bouncy fireballs put the opponent back to me. You know what I mean? I'll try another normal. Super. Oh! Hello? Hello? I found them hit mid-air. I found them mid-air, boys. Oh! It's so far away, he flies away. What will reach there? Oh, all the super? Oh! Let's fucking go. But can I do something afterwards? Ugh! Wait, what was the damage? I gotta see the damage. Oh! The OD fireball scaled the fuck out of the damage. 4,100, that's less. It gave me the juggle, but scaled the hell out of that. It punished me. It punished me for doing good. It punished me for doing a good thing. I'll try heavy kick then. So dumb. Why does JP get like 2 million damage? And I don't. Oh, not bad. Not bad. 4,600 for that. I did the crouching heavy punch. Ugh. But if I can catch him after that. If I do it in the corner. Does that come back? Oh, it doesn't come back. Wow. Ass. I do it here. Really? The 2 hits of the EX Fireball and then the full charge level 2, that's the end of the juggle counter. See? Damn it. Why do I have the worst juggle counter? See, then what I want now is one hit of the bounce of the fireball, but fully charged super. One or two. Wow, okay, that was close. Oh, OD Flame into the thing doesn't bounce and doesn't juggle. See? Why not? Oh wait, it does. What the hell? Why didn't I do it there? What? What's the difference there? It worked if I do roll. See? What the heck? Oh! Hello! Another discovery. One, two, let's go! 4,400, you stupid game. Why do you punish me for finding new discovery? That should have been a 5,000 damage combo right there. Why is it punishing me with so much damage scaling? Why? It is funny though. It is a comedy combo. I'm sure that two bounces of the EX Fireball killed the juggle counter anyway. Ding, ding. Oh. 4,000 damage. Even worse. Why does the world hate Nelson? No. Yeah, I'm holding it. Oh, if I hold it, it hits him. Oh, I couldn't hit him there. 4,300. It's always weird. $4,400. Hold on. Oh? set up. Oh, this kind of thing where if I'm creative, it's punishing me for being creative. You know, I found something funny too. I don't know if you've seen my Twitter. Level 2. See that? That's such comedy, man. Only works if Mai has the fire enhance. If Mai doesn't have fire enhance, I beat it clean. But it trades if she has enhance. Oh. Yeah, it's weird. The timing, so it's inconsistent if I do it like that, but I wouldn't doubt that for a second. I think she would definitely have something like that. I mean, as fighting against Mai, she's counted as a tall character? Really? Oh! Okay. That's convenient. Dude, damage 5200. Oh, you mean Mai can do tall character punishes on everyone? Oh, Mai's broken as fuck. Delete her. Mai gets a tall character punish. So, broken! Yeah, but I found that today where I can trade my super with Mai and then I can do some funky stuff. Wait. And normal characters don't? Normal characters, the combo doesn't work? Ah. Okay, back to my original plan of doing this into that. If that works, I'll be so happy. Oh! I did it, but the damage sucks. Why EX5 will damage sucks? Why? Because 3900. I could do the same 4300. Why? See, these kind of things where my creativity gets punished. Why? Why does it do that? Why does the game punish my creativity? That is slightly weak. 4200. Not worth it using all the meter, man. Frames. So that will connect. Still less damage. No matter how creative I become. Less damage. So, I guess Dhalsim is not a creative character at all. You go creative, you get punished. So sad. See this into that. Normally, that connects, but has to be drive rush. That means I think I can manually do that late. Hold on. That wasn't a counter. That's not a punish. God, why? It's so like disappointing where all these discoveries are ass. Alright. Take care, man. Thanks for the brainstorming. See how sad I am after all this creativity means nothing? I'll see you next time. 아무리 발악을 해도 안 되는구나. 오늘 여기까지.